the crack of dawn. I'm so excited to be back. Last time I couldn't make it. I was sick. I got something came down with something, so I didn't want to spread it around the whole place. But now I'm back. I'm so excited. Back on the crack. It's back. Oh my gosh, and we have lots of COD heads. Oh, not dead heads, but C heads. A lot of people are watching. I'm so excited. I want to give a shout out to my Jamoki Academy students. They are watching too, and I am a teacher at Jamoki Academy. I love it, love it, love it. Blue Hills Avenue, it is great. Everybody is so nice to me, and the kids are just fabulous. Not only are they fabulous, but the staff is great. Next shout out I'm going to give out to is Syracuse University. Oh, thank you, A-Wild, for all of my, I call it the A-Wild collection, or the Wild Hat collection, because she sends me all my gorgeous clothes all the way from New York, so thank you so much. I love it. So today, what I thought we were gonna do, I was supposed to have Gino Auriemma on, but you know what? He's so busy. His PR lady is fabulous, but she's like, he's busy, Dawn, and it's like almost November. We're practicing. And I'm like, and they're like, he probably can't paint, but I'm thinking, I'm not asking about paint. I'm gonna ask what hair products he uses, because I wanna know. We don't need to learn about basketball. All we have to do is put it on and know he's the greatest. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a cardinal. It's so cute. They always say when a cardinal's in your yard, somebody is visiting from the dead. I didn't know that. But every time I see a cardinal now, and it's usually a red one, because again, it's the Me Too movement. The guy is always better looking. It's not fair. The lady's like brown and she blends in. She's not that pretty. But the guy is gorgeous. He's red. It's something to do with attracting the females, but that's okay. We don't care. So what I'm gonna do is first, I'm gonna draw the cardinal. I've already drawn him. I drew him at Jamoki on my break. But I'm gonna draw the cardinal with my pencil. Maybe I'll do it with my marker, okay? And I'm gonna draw it with my marker so that you can see it on this canvas. This is the one I drew at Jamoki, and I'll let you focus in quick. It's done with a pencil, so you can't see it great. And what I did here today is, there's no focusing thing. It's crazy, but you're gonna be able to see it on my next one. So when you turn to the other camera, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to draw the sticks and the bird, and then we're gonna do the bird, and we're gonna fill him in, and he's gonna be gorgeous. And you can try a little cardinal at home. They're not that hard. A bird basically it has a neck, but not really. The head is just kind of thrown on the body, like a snowman. It's really fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here, and you're probably gonna wanna go to the next camera, but I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna make these sticks, and they're just sticks. They don't have to be perfect. They're going off the page. This one's going this way, that one's going that way. This is going here, this is going down. There's a stick running this way. Again, people are like, how do you draw a stick, Dawn? And I'm like, it doesn't matter, don't worry. Then the bird has to be sitting on something. So I'm gonna put a stick going across so he could at least be sitting. He's sitting in the snow. So, you know, he's gonna be hanging out. And I'm gonna draw the bird. Now, what you wanna start with, you want a nice fat bird. Nobody wants some skinny bird, you know what I'm saying? They're so much cuter when they're bigger. So I'm gonna draw a circle like this, and that is basically my bird's body. It's just a circle, it's like a pumpkin. And Halloween's coming, I'm so excited. I give out cans of Coke. People get mad at me. They're like, do you have any water? And I'm like, no, just Coke. They're like, well, we don't drink Coke. We don't have our kids drink soda. I'm like, oh, well, they've got Twix and Snickers and Three Musketeers. They can't have a Coke. So no, I just do Coke. So if you don't let your kids drink soda, don't come into my house. So now I'm gonna do his head, and it's just kind of blobbed on here, okay? It just goes like this, all right? And then he has a triangle pointing out of the top, like this. And it goes back down, and I'm gonna make him a little fatter. And then his beak comes out of here, and it's pointy, and it's another triangle. It's not that hard, okay? And then he has a black mask, like a raccoon. It's so cute. And he has a little black mask like this that goes like that. A little black mask for Halloween. I love it. I wonder if anybody's gonna be a cardinal for Halloween. Oh, that would mean they're half dead. It kind of goes. I'm gonna put his eyeball here, because it's kind of there, okay? And then he has a little bit of feathers sticking out here, a little bit of feathers sticking here, okay? And his tail is very long, and it goes down here like this. And it has some lines in it, okay? We're gonna put that in. And then he has a little fluff going here. If you're gonna put his feet, just make 3 little claws there and 3 little claws here. That's pretty much it. I might draw 2 cardinals at the same time because I'm that good. Now, what happened is I went through my bag, because I always wing it, and I have 2 terrible brushes. Not to be mean to Jamoki Academy, because these are pretty good, but this is like $1 brush. It comes in those little watercolor things, and I just happen to have it. I didn't steal from Jamoki, it was in my bag. And then I have one of my own brushes. First thing I want to do is I want to make the background. Now the background is kind of grayish, yellowish, blackish. So what do? Mix those 3 colors together. So I'm going to mix the gray and the white. I mean, the white and the black makes gray, and I'm going to put that here. I need some more white, just to make a background color, you know, a wintry look. So I'm going to start with this one. Paint the sides, always paint the sides. So fun, isn't it? And, oh, those Patriots beat the Jets last night. It was like 37-0. Oof, God. I don't know. I didn't even watch it. I just watch on my phone the next day. It's so fun. So when the Sharpie, I can go right through the Sharpie because it's so dark that you can see everything behind it. Okay, and at the same time, I could do this bird. But I might just stick with one. I don't know. If one starts looking better than the other, then I'll do the other one. So I'm starting with a grayish background. I didn't really do the yellow. I could, but I think I'm going to stay with the gray because it looks nice. And it's kind of just a background. When we had Joe Musel on, thanks for filming tonight, Joe and Brian, Biggie. I love it. When we had him on, he was telling me, yeah, when you focus in on a flower or a bird or something, the background turns blurry. That's just what happens when you're trying to get a good shot. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make this background very blurry. And this is going to be a snow scene. I know it's almost Halloween, but you know what? It's going to snow. I know it. And it's raining again, because it always rains when I'm here. Oh, my gosh. Again, you're going to put the gray background. It's going to dry pretty fast, because it's acrylic paint, and it does dry fast, okay? Yeah, it's so fun. In Blue Hills Avenue, there's a lot of Jamaican people. I love it. I'm learning a lot about Blue Hills Avenue. A lot of people go to Scott's Bakery and the Golden Thread, I think, the Golden Crust. And I tried a beef patty with my friend Sonia. Oh, I loved it. She's one of my teachers that I work with, and I love her. And I said, it's my treat. This time, she said, this time it's my treat. So we haven't done that yet, but we will, because she is awesome. And I'm usually at McDonald's with the side salad, adding the beets, trying to get my low sodium down. But Joanne told me the other day, we were grocery shopping, and I bought something, and she goes, Dawn, I think it was chickpeas. She goes, those are like the highest in sodium, no, tomato juice. She goes, that's the highest in, you know, for the high blood pressure, that's not good. That's a lot of salt. So I looked on the back, it was like 650 milligrams of salt, sodium. I was like, oof. So I popped a couple high blood pressure medicines, just kidding. I just had one. Yes, I got to buy salt-free. They have unsalted potato chips, all that stuff. But I'm a salt girl. And I think it just, kind of everybody has different blood. And I have O negative. So if you ever need my blood, emergency, just ring me up and I'll meet you at the hospital, because I have the blood that is good for anybody. What do they call it? They call it like universal. So I'm O negative. So is my sister. Don't call her though. So I'm doing this background. That looks really nice. And then I'm going to go to my Jamoki brush, because I need a skinny brush. And I'm going to do these twigs. And I'm going to do them brown, brownish black maybe. And I'm going to make this color. And it's a little brush. I wish I had a better one, but it's okay. We don't care. I'm going to show you that you can do pretty much anything. And I'm going to put these twigs in. And I'm just going to draw them along. Well, I've been waiting for my background to dry, so it's just something to do. And, it's great. Somebody called today and said, I'm going to contact your husband about the pumpkin. How big did it get? I said, well, Matt Pogson helped to move it. Matt said it was probably roughly 250 to 300 pounds, which I think it's 3, because I thought it was 6. And when they went to weigh it, well, actually, it was my husband that went to weigh it. The whole thing was rotted, and it busted up before he could even get it on the scale. So the only part he weighed was 37 pounds. I felt so bad for him. But it's huge. And now it looks like Silence of the Lambs in the backyard, because just the skin is laying there. So it's pretty bad. But there's no pumpkin anymore. So I'm going to put these sticks in, okay, following my lead and going in here. They don't have to be perfect. Doesn't matter. The birds are pretty easy to draw. They're not hard. And everybody likes a picture of a bird. And as a matter of fact, I did a bunch of birds for my friend from the Wild Hat collection. And she had me do a bunch of cardinals. And it was fun, because I did a whole bunch at the same time. Just like I could do this one at the same time. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to, unless this one's bad. So you're going to put these branches in. And they're going to be covered in snow at the end, which we're going to put in. It's going to be so nice. And we might have Eleanor Carpenter. She'll be 102 a week after my birthday. and I'll be 59. Whoops. So I'm going to put this here. The bird's just sitting on his branch. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's perfect or in front of the bird or behind it. No worries. Just paint along. Okay, looks like a branch there. I'll just make another one here just because I want to. And then I'll have one going here. Okay, and then I might start in with the red bird. I'm going to use my big brush because I have no choice. And another thing is I don't have a napkin. You always want to have a cloth. I almost ran to get one, but I'm hooked up to these wires. The whole thing would crash down. So I'm not going to do it. I am just going to use this and just deal with it. I can use my piece of paper just a little bit. And I'm going to use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my bird. He is a bright red. So this is a very bright red. I also put an alizarin crimson, which has a little bit of blue in it. It's a darker red. But I'm not going to use that because I don't see any. And I'm going to put in my bird. Look at how cute. Oops. That happens, especially when you don't have a cloth. But I'm not going to use the Wild Tack collection to cover it up because this is expensive stuff and it's nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to be careful and not use so much water, okay? So I'm going to put my bird in. The whole thing is this bright red, so you want to put them in. Don't worry about the drips. I'm hoping they're going to stop. Oh. But I'm going to put in the whole bird, and anywhere where he's getting darker red, I'm just going to add that later because he has other colors on him. But while I have this red, I'm going to put it on, okay? And again, you might take longer when you're painting because, you know, sometimes I do. How about the magical fruit? Oof, that was bad. That was bad. Went into the Archdiocese of Hartford yesterday. I've never been there. In Bloomfield. It's right near where I work. It was gorgeous. I was trying to get to WJMJ TV, and it took me to the Archdiocese of Hartford in Bloomfield. So I went in, and everybody was like, Monsignor, sorry. And I was like, what is that? I think it's higher up than a priest, but I don't know. But I would love to have a father or somebody of faith on my show because I'm very faithful and I like to do things for other people. I like to give back. If people are nice to me, I like it even more. And, you know, that's just my thing. So I think it's great. It was absolutely beautiful, beautiful. I thought I was in France, but I was in Bloomfield. I can't believe it. So I'm going to make my beak red too because it's kind of red. It's kind of red. But it's going to turn a little orange after I finish with him. I'm going to finish that up, let that dry, okay? I'm going to make him a little fatter because he's so cute when he's a little bigger. You know, he's just cuter. People are nicer too. Skinny people get mad a lot. Just kidding. So I'm going to put this like this. Trying to cover up the Sharpie's hard, so I do recommend if you're doing this at home, use a pencil. I'm just doing it so that you can see what's in the background and you can pretty much follow what I'm doing a little bit better. And while he's drying, I could just go in and do another bird, you know, it's fun. But I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go and I'm going to get some white and I'm going to put some snow. It's going to be so fun. We're going to put some snow and this is going to make it look great. And I usually love to spatter, but I don't do that here. I do it in the driveway because then it gets all over the floor at Nutmeg TV. And I've been watching a lot of Nutmeg TV. I love it. You can watch it on YouTube. It's so fun. So I'm going to start putting some snow on the branches. And some of it's going to be gray, but the top of it is going to be white. And I'm going to put it on all the branches, sort of like what Al Nixon and I did with the snow scene. That was fun. He's going to come back on. I know it. And you know, Nicole Miller, I think I told you, sent me a bottle. Well, Al brought it. A bottle of Nicole Miller wine. She has her own wine label. I can't believe it. And I'd love for some more clothes, Nicole. Even though I get the Wild Tack collection, I love when she sends me clothes to wear on the show. And I won't get any paint on them, I promise. And if I do, I'll just buy them. Yep, because now I'm finally making a paycheck. My husband's been skirting the bill for too long, but I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I just wanted to. And I loved it. I wish I was still that. I wish I could do it forever. But my kids are doing good. My daughter gets straight A's in math. I don't know where she gets that from. Definitely not me. It's crazy. Yeah, my son's pretty good. We don't care, though. He's going to take automotive in his senior year of high school because his friend Matt, he takes automotive now, and it's only October. I picked him up for baseball the other day, and I said, what are you doing in automotive? He goes, I already know how to change brakes, and I already know how to change oil. And I'm like, really? It's almost October. He goes, yeah, I already know how to do it. So my kid was like, you know, at least when I get older, I can do my wife's oil changes, I can do my kids' oil changes, and I can do their brakes. And I'm like, that's fantastic. Just make sure you tell the college admissions lady that, because they're going to be like, what are you taking automotive for? That's trade school. But, you know, which I tried for years. But it's perfect. I'm glad some of these high schools, I think they always have done it. And Matt Pogson, who helped my husband move the pumpkin, I think he teaches automotive in like Manchester. And you know what they do? They have the teachers bring in their cars. And then the kids do, you know, the free stuff. I mean, they could screw it up too because they're new at it. But I mean, still, who wouldn't want free breaks? You know, even if the kid's 15 like mine, it's perfect. Putting on this stuff, okay. The state of Connecticut's making a lot of new laws, I'm noticing, very fast. I don't know if it's good. I don't know yet. I have no idea. And it's voting season. Next time I'm on, it is voting day. And that's a tough one. You know, usually you don't discuss that stuff with people. People get so crazy. So you know what? You just do your own thing. And, you know, have fun with it. Vote for people who you think are going to make a change that you want or whatever you want to do. And some people probably don't vote, even though you're supposed to. Let's see. So I'm putting some more snow. It's not on everything, but it is somewhere. You know, it usually forms on the top of the branch. So if something's going straight up in the air, it might not have snow on it. Now I think what I'm going to do is I see a little white here on my bird. I don't know what it is, part of his wing. And I see some white here. Maybe it's snow. I don't know. Making some little lines there. And I see a white line here, which is going to go right over my Sharpie, which is perfect. And then I'm going to start with his mask. His Halloween mask. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to be. But I do go, my friend Jen Gurlup, she's from high school. And she's in Plainville. And she is the one, I forgot the name of the street she's on. I think it's, I can't remember. It's that guy, Metacomet Street, I think maybe. Yeah, Metacomet Street. You go all the way up, and she's the one that does the crazy Halloween thing where the whole state comes and sees. She has the Michael Jackson Thriller dance in the driveway. And that, everybody's like, you know her? I'm like, yeah, that's Jen Gurlup. I don't know what her married name is, but I went to high school with her. And my parents go out to dinner with her parents still in Northampton. So I'm going to put the mask on him, and I'm just going to put that over here. He's so cute, isn't he? And you usually leave a little white for his eye because that's where the light hits it. It's like everybody. If you're drawing a person, you want to leave a little bit of white in the eye. Oh, another guest I might have on is a financial advisor named John Kelly. I hope he comes on. He goes, what are we going to do? I go, we're going to talk about my bank account and how it's always at zero. I need some help here. So we're going to talk about how I can save because I have a Morgan Stanley account. It stays at 900, it goes to 800. Goes back to 900, 800 for 10 years straight. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? It's not making any money. It's just sitting there. One day I'm going to look and it's going to be at zero. So we're going to have him on if he'll come on. And don't worry if you don't want to come on. We don't care. I just got rid of the little white dot that I told you to keep, so I'll add that later. Okay, I'll put it in later. And this is a nice bird, okay? It's nice to make a bird. Maybe somebody just passed away and you want to do a nice little painting for someone to remind them of the person they lost. His beak's going to have a little line, which I already did with my Sharpie, but I'm going to put it back. And I see on the top of his hair up here, fur. No, it's not fur. Feathers. Oh, how could I not know that? I'm going to put little black lines up here because he has a few little spare feathers that are kind of like this. And then he has a couple little feathers over here that are black. They're coming down like this. See that? It's pretty easy. It's not so hard. The birds are fun, okay? My gallery is now shut down, so you can't go in it anymore unless you know my code. But they closed O'Reilly's Irish Gifts. They were great landlords. I loved them. Tasha's Tailoring, you know, she's still great. She's still there. She's looking. So if anybody can help her out with a spot that you see that might be nice for her to move to, she's going to have to move too, I believe. So, you know, when you're voting town council or whatever, planning and zoning, that might be something you might want to think about. I don't know. You know, it's tough to plan a town, you know, and make it attractive so that people come. I know that wooden tap looks great. I went the other day. Oh, it was great. Personally, I do like the round bar or a rectangular. And I've got 5 minutes left. It's so great. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to make my bird's beak a little orange. I might do him the second episode. I don't know. I have something else in mind. And I don't like to have the same episode on because it's boring. But I might switch my clothes if I do. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to put this in. I'm going to get a little orange here. Orange is red and yellow mixed together. So I get a nice orange here because his beak's not, everybody thinks the beaks are orange. They're not always orange. And I'm going to put his beak, it kind of goes over and up like this. It's kind of like an eagle beak. Oh, they found an eagle. He was in the middle of the road. People found him and saved him. I think he's still okay, but I think he's in rehabilitation. But I don't know, you know. So that was nice. I like eagles. They're beautiful birds. I think they're our American bird. So I think our nutmeg, I don't know what our bird is in Connecticut. I know oh, it's a robin. I thought the bird in Massachusetts is the chickadee because that's where I'm from. And the bird here is a robin. I didn't know that. So the robins are probably all gone for the season. Not yet. I did see one the other day, actually, because it still gets pretty nice out. I mean, it was 65 today, almost. I'm going to fix his beak here, okay? And then I'm going to give him some more feathers, puff him up a little bit, because he's so nice. My friend Ted, he might let me out to his place. I'm not going to say where it is. But I painted all of his walls at his train station. So he has an indoor train thing that's phenomenal, better than anything I've ever seen in a magazine. And we might be filming on shoot at Ted's house. Again, I'm not going to tell you where it is, but it's going to be great. I'm going to mix some of this alizarin crimson with my lighter red, just to make it a little darker, because he's a little darker over here, see? He's just a little darker near his face, just a little. And he's a little darker here, because the sun's not really out, but it's darker under his face. Just like when you take a selfie, everybody takes it from up high, because they look smaller. But we don't want a smaller bird. We want a nice big bird. We want a nice big bird. And I'm going to kind of move him around, make a little bit darker, you know, throw him around. Again, we got some orange out here. I know Syracuse bleeds orange, but my boss was telling me that orange is a big thing in The Godfather. And I'm like, what? And now I remember, yes, it has a big theme in The Godfather. I think he gets shot at an orange, picking out oranges, or I don't even know. I got to watch it again. But we love the Godfather movies. But I have a couple favorite movies. People always ask me, what's your favorite movie? I love Splash with John Candy. I love any John Candy movie, actually. Uncle Buck, oh my God. I could watch that all day. But the other day, I went to flip on the TV. I couldn't find anything. So back to Channel 5, Nutmeg it was. I love it. So I'm going to kind of give him some more fur. We might do this one a next episode because he looks cute, but he doesn't look perfect. And I think I can make him very professionally perfect. And then the painting we'll do the next time. Well, it might be the next episode. But we might have a back-to-back episode of the Cardinal because it goes by so quick. But this is from a paper bag, a shopping bag in Ocean State Job Lot. So this is a reproduction. It's very easy, so don't feel like overwhelming. But get ready and get a big canvas for this one. Not huge, 16 by 20 is good. The one I'm doing now is, 9 by 12 or something. And I think we're going to go into the next episode and me finish the bird because you know what? He's looking good, and I want him to look perfect. And I want to give him away. Yeah, I love him. We're going to make him nice and puffy. By the time we do the next one, he'll be a little dry, and then I can add that little dot in his eyes. But I'll have to tell you, thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited. I know all the episodes probably aren't your favorites, but I'm going to have Ellen back on, Ellen Carpenter. She'll be 102. I don't know what we're going to do, but she'll be 102, and I'll be 59. So, don't I look great for 59? I should say 69, just go with it. Eleanor is going to come on, and I haven't seen her so long because I'm not at the Bristol Senior Center anymore. I will be, but I miss it. I miss all my friends. I miss my students. I miss my boss. But, there's a time. They all understand. They know I got to make money because my kids are going to go to college soon or trade school, please. We'll see. These hairdressers make the most, I'll tell you. It's not a bad idea. 30 seconds left. He's looking so cute, but when you come back, he's going to look better because I need to go replenish my orange. Yeah, I'm almost done. Look at. You always want to have a lot of paint because you never know when you're going to run out. And then we'll talk some more when you come back. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you to all the people at Nutmeg TV for hosting me and letting me have my show. I'll have some more guests on. Anybody that wants to come on the show, please just call Nutmeg TV. Just say, can I be a guest on Dawn's show? We'll set it right up. You come on. You don't have to paint. What I want to do is talk about how you're a rock star, Mike. We don't want to learn about painting. We want to know how to use an axe because my daughter's playing it, and it's fun. And I bought her a ukulele with an amp. So she can play the amp. She could plug the ukulele into the amp. She is having a ball. I didn't know there was such a thing until I went down to music and arts. It was perfect. I couldn't believe it. Unbelievable.